Right. Okay. Okay. Whoop. We're here. It's a brave new world. We're studying. We're gonna start studying by warming up, as every good studier should. How are we gonna warm up? We're gonna draw cubes. I know. It's not thrilling, but that doesn't mean it's not useful. Good eve, Ratcliffe. How are you doing? Let's bevel the cube. What else can we do to this poor, unfortunate cube? We can put it on another cube. You got a promotion. That's good. That's very good. It's exciting. Glad to hear you're doing well. We're cubing around. At the speed of sound. How have I been? I've been okay. I've just been, it was the first week of teaching, which is exciting. It's also kind of stressful. But that's okay. It's worth stressing about, I think. It's I think that means it's important or something. But no, we've got a brand new year of students come in. And it's my job to teach them how to draw, which is... that's quite something. Hello, Arctic Monkey. Hello, Mikolaj. How am I? I'm doing well. We're warming up. We're drawing cubes, angled, mirrored, rotated planes, and whatever else we have to draw. Like some of these things are... Hello, Hannah. You're preparing a class about drawing exactly these shapes. First week of fundies. Oh, very good. Oh, I can never pronounce that. Idalida. A self-portrait sounds good. That's very good. It's always exciting. Let's further out. So there. You know, that's gonna look really funny. Wow. And you mirror those curves, you get something pretty wacky. Yeah, we got, I guess you would refer to them as freshmen. We don't really use that term in UK universities, but brand new students, fresh, ready to go, ready to learn. I haven't actually taught them this stuff yet. I think we mostly did cubes last week, which was fun. Your jam! Ah, okay, jam it is. Jam is considerably simpler and easier, isn't it? So. Plunk. Hello, Abadop or Relenzo. It's your first time catching a Morrow stream. It's not a particularly interesting one so far. We're doing, well, we're doing warm-up exercises. It's mandatory to make the funny noises as we do it. What can we turn this into? I'm thinking some kind of treasure chest. Erase away this. Maybe the lid should be slightly bigger than the bottom half. And then it's always going to have some kind of a frame. Do you know what? Bless you, Megan. I'm not even sure that that is the center. It's not far off, though. The set they do help, the sound effects, I think. They help immensely. Now it's gonna have some kind of big latch through which this other bit comes out, and then we have our big padlock. That's the halfway mark. I think we sort of fatten out the bottom of it. What does a chest look like when it's open? That we can figure out. That too tall? Maybe. Let's give it some thickness, and then here's that plate. I think that line's going to come down a bit. Okay. That's going to do that, but we need to draw through. And then we can do something like this. It might be that on this side we actually see less of it, you know. But it's a lot thinner. And then this needs thickness as well. These hinges are also going to be a bit more round. Of course. Let's see, into the chest. Plop. And there's nothing in there. Apart from like 2 coins and some moths. No one, they haven't kept their chest well stocked. Hello, Lyndon. How's the studying going? We're just warming up. Someone says, how do you know what things to study? You have so many that you like that you don't know where to start. Ask other people. I know that might sound silly, but it is really difficult. I think that's one of the main roles of a teacher. Is not even necessarily to teach. It's to point out where you're going wrong so that you can then begin to correct those things yourself, right? Because a whole lot of learning should be instrumented by you, but knowing what exactly it is that you should learn is tricky. It's very tricky. So yeah, show someone your work that you trust, that you think is in a position where they might know better, and ask them what they think you should work on as a priority. Because you might be there going, oh, I really need to work on colour, and then you show someone and actually you don't know how to draw in perspective, and that's a much bigger priority, right? There's our little chest. You know, maybe there's a... This little fly is going to have to move. There's a little sword poking out of the thing. How long's the stream going to last for? Until I want to go to bed. You're way outside school, that's why you're on my Discord. Lovely people where you can have your mistakes pointed out. Yeah, good point. The Patreon. Hop on Patreon. The public Discord server, you could put your stuff in there and ask as well. You don't have to join the Patreon. Although I always end up doing this and then not doing a particularly good job of advertising myself. I don't know what else is in this treasure chest. But the padlock's got to have a key on, hasn't it? Oh, and then we'll see the padlock slot up there. Let's wipe this away and do another. What should we do? I really like angled, rotated, mirrored planes. I really like saying there's my plane. Then we can define, I mean we could even define our mirror as being there. And then like what does this look like? Something like that, maybe. That might not be. It might even be. Ooh. Let's do that. That's cool. What if the teacher says you got everything, you just need mileage and more experimenting, but you get analysis paralysis and don't do anything? Don't get analysis paralysis. I find it reasonably simple to not get analysis paralysis. You just set timers and force yourself to do some work. I think the analysis is the hard thing. Sinking in hours is the easy thing, surely. It's not a bad thing if you're thinking hard and criticizing yourself. I think that's a reasonably good idea. But yeah, just drawing. Life drawing's really easy to sink in hours. Life drawing, life painting. Put a subject in front of you and just draw it, like in front of me currently. Is our friend. Look at this guy. Actually, like on this side, this is showing itself as this little Dorito shape. Ooh. Yeah. That's a dodgy skull. I think it's this jaw. I think the jaw should do something like this. Yeah, what does that look like from a side profile? So I really like to study something from life and then try and redraw the thing from imagination. So like this skull I'm drawing now is a slightly different angle, and it's not real. Can we draw it? It's almost like a... Let's move those in. And then it's like there's even more, like a sphere or something on the back that this is built on. And then here, can we... Like, is that a way we can think about it? I think so. I think we almost need it to, you know, pop out at the bottom. And then pop back in. And then we could probably do with putting a... some kind of a cylindrical form there. And then here we can... So I'm no longer looking at the skull on my desk, and honestly I think the results begin to be better in some cases. Maybe it's because I don't have that much time to draw. I always think that when I do have time, I have to min-max it. Yeah, I spoke to my well, actually, all the fresh students. I spoke to all the fresh students about this. Because I actually think the back of the head has to come back down lower. Because one of the things that happens is, yeah, you're exactly right. It's like, okay, everyone is always going to tell you that when you're studying, you can't just paint. You have to sit there and you have to min-max and think about, yeah, exactly how are you painting and exactly how is that helping you get better, and what are you painting and why are you painting that thing. And it does sort of, I think it prevents you from sitting down and just thinking in hours in the first place, because you end up scrolling through loads of references. Once you do get a reference, you're thinking, how do I even begin this thing? Etc, etc. I think it's okay to just paint something. You need to allow yourself that. I think there are how can we think about this? So I think there are maybe 2 routes and they're each difficult. So I think the first route is you have you tend to get younger artists, and what they will do is they will sync those hours, and they'll sync them early, and it's before they've learned any of the theory or anything, and so it's very, very easy for them to just go, there's like a couple of years of painting, and it's less efficient, but they're still learning. Like, you still learn intuitively by syncing in hours. And then they get the theory, and they begin to sort of make the links between the theory and the hours that they've just sank in. It's like, oh right, so I was doing this thing intuitively, but here's how it works, and here's why it makes sense. Kim Jong-il is a really good example of this. So you can watch Kim Jong-il talk about this stuff, and he was like, I just drew and drew and drew and drew and drew, and the stuff I drew got better and better and better, and I started making these decisions based on what I was learning from just drawing. And then I met these other great teachers, and they basically explained to me the decisions that I was already making so that I could make them in a more informed way, right? Like you read all of these books and it's like, oh, this is describing this behavior that I already exhibit. The danger with this is here you get bad habits that you have to unlearn when you get to the theory stuff. The other danger is because you've already sank in so many hours and you've got those bad habits and you've got your sort of technique that you like, it can be very easy to discount the theory and go, I don't need the theory, I can draw well already. And I see this a lot. I see a lot of students who really, really talented. They can just draw, they can just paint. They don't know any of the theory, but they've learned it all intuitively, and they're good at it. And they have a natural sense for what shapes and forms are appealing, and whether or not they're in perspective and what isn't. But sometimes they get caught out, and the problem is that they don't know how to solve the problem. So it's almost like a glass cannon build or something where they're really good until they come up against an issue, and then the theory is almost like it's almost like troubleshooting. That's how I treat theory. You paint intuitively until you come up against a problem, and then you sort of run through the theory to troubleshoot the problem to find out what the solution needs to be to that visual issue, right? And it can be very easy for people to come up, if you're sort of naturally inclined that way, to come up against the theory and discount it and go, I don't need it, and whatever else. The second, which might be you, is someone that's a little bit older. I say older, I don't mean like ancient. And they want to pick up drawing. And by that point, they're mature enough to know that it's a tricky skill and you got to learn some theory. And so they dive into all these theory books and they're learning all of this stuff. But now they've got to sink the hours. And so that you're sort of burdened by the theory. And you're thinking about it so much, and it makes this bit is very difficult. But I think the payoff is better than. I've literally got a dot. I think the payoff is better than the first option, right? So this option, it's like, oh, I'm sort of figuring out this stuff I was already doing, whereas this is like I'm putting the theory into practice and I'm getting results, and this is much more satisfying. But it has its own set of issues. I'm somewhere in the middle. So I started studying seriously when I was, I think, 20. That's when I started like sinking in the. So I'm assuming I'm on route number 1. I was 20. And then I started sinking in the hours, and I sank in nearly 1,000 paintings in a year. And then I reached a point where I was like, oh god, I need the theory, and so I sort of swapped into this tree. But then I continued to sink in the hours at the same time, so a little bit of both. Probably more this one. Painting a lot. Do I have any art resolutions? Hello, Viper. Draw faster. Is that your art resolution? I feel like I draw at a fairly reasonable pace or speed. I think my art resolutions is to make more of my own stuff. I think the nature of my job, which is like teaching fundamental drawing and painting skills, and then the nature of this YouTube channel, which is teaching fundamental drawing and painting skills, means that so much of my time is preoccupied in like hopping around the theory and thinking about the theory and then testing out the theory by putting a lot of this stuff into practice. That my concern is always that that's what I get sort of known for, is I'm the guy that does all the theory, but I'd really like to do some imaginative work. I like designing, I like painting illustrations, but most of what people see from me is almost like studying without the payoff. So I'd like a little bit more of the payoff. I think that'd be cool. Hello, doggo. You're at a wedding. You're a big fan. Thanks, Viper. You enjoy your wedding. Should be quite nice. Well, I said I was warming up, but I don't actually know what I'm warming up for. I was drawing alien beings, alien creatures, which I thought was reasonably fun. So maybe we do that. But I'm also enjoying talking and drawing cubes. So maybe I just draw cubes. I don't know. Is there anything in particular any of you guys would like to watch me draw? What if we make like a really slanty cube? And then we unslant the cube over here. Ooh, that's a very funny one. An alien dog doodle? You forgot about it. Paint intuitively, take a break, analyze, paint intuitively some more. Can I draw a desk chair? I'm sure I can. I think I literally demoed that for my students. It was one of the exercises let's make a warm-up 2 layer. This is seafoam, yes. One of the things I was demoing for my students this past week was desk chairs. Let's imagine that we're constructing a desk chair. We can't actually see the top plane. Now we can see the bottom plane. It's not a very tall desk chair. then the wheels are further down. Get one there. Plop. Here's our desk chair. It's this. It's one of those paddle things. It's probably a bit too big. We could even put like arms on it. Let's think about that. So it is done there. Here's my desk chair. There's the back of it. Give it googly eyes. Put human arms on it. No. Why would I want to sit on a human armoured desk chair? Could put human in it. That's going to be really difficult though. This human is also made of boxes, as every good human should be. Gripping onto this desk chair. It's way too small for them. Let's make them smaller. I'm not imagining. And they're like, spinning around. You did the self-portrait. It's meh. I'm sure it's not meh. I'm sure it's great. You think a desk chair that can hug you would be quite comfy? I don't know. Is this assuming that which part of the chair? I mean, now that we've drawn the human, we can just remove the chair. And our human can be they're like they're piloting some kind of there you go. They're like jetpacking around. They've got big padded pants on. And maybe they've got like I'm almost imagining them with like studied. I don't know why. This thing's gonna have to have some like heavy shoulder straps that connect to a there you go. He's still sitting on his chair, but now he's flying around with his legs out. Why not? Why not? Let's put his chair there. I'm thinking maybe his legs should be something crazy up. Oh, Pog. He's really excited. He's just seen a man use a jetpack for the first time. Mouth too low down? Maybe. Boop, boop, boop. He feels sort of, oh. Oh, how have I... Rotate me back. Okay. Let's just make any of these downward facing things a little bit darker. Do you think he's got like dark eye bags and maybe a stronger tooth cap? Whoa. That's just me. I've drawn myself. That line had come round like that though. Yeah. Is this the guy with the jetpack on? It could be. guys unpleased. He's in like a cosmonaut suit. I want to play around with like smudging it, because sometimes I do that. Like this is meant to be a biro brush, you know, but a lot of the time I'll be drawing with biro and then I'll smudge it a little bit with my fingers. You know what, that works reasonably well. Let's try that. So, let's draw just a front on. Like there's a eye bag. Ooh. Hello. This guy's got like a lazy eye. And a little beard. And a hunch. And he's got some hair that's sort of greasily slides over the top of his head. And he's telling you a tale. He's saying, never go there. Let's make him look crazier. And as he's saying, never go there, he's like, and this finger's like coming up and going back down. Maybe he's got like a really short pinky finger, like it's a nub. It was bitten off. He should have cracked knuckles. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't eat that. This hand is doing something similar, but I don't know if we've got the space for it. What's my approach for studying things? Do I tend to focus on a specific skill I want to improve, or do I just do general studies? I will do both. So I think we can take studies and we can break it down. And I think you can do all of it. So maybe one is single skill without the L. I'm an artist, I can't spell. Single skill. Another one is subject matter. And then mileage. How would I split this up in terms of time? Because I think sometimes you gotta learn those specific skills, sometimes you just gotta focus them down. Sometimes you'll be doing a study because you like the subject matter, And sometimes you do just want to sink in mileage. So it shifts. I think too much of this would mean burnout. Too much of this would mean boredom. And too much of this would be, let's say, stagnation. Ooh. That's how I'm thinking it. So you sort of leapfrog from one to one. So if you do too much of the skill stuff, and you don't give yourself the time to just do this, like doodle whatever you want, I think you're gonna get bored and burned out. If you just focus on subject matter stuff, like you're just painting because you're focused on rather than a fundamental, you're looking at like something specific, like a 16th century English knight. Well, then you're just gonna get bored. Like you're looking at subjects, but you're not sort of enriching the artistic part of your brain by thinking about how exactly you're approaching them. I think when I say boredom here, I don't mean that. Well, I do mean that you're gonna get bored. I mean that, like, your work might be boring because you're not thinking about the skills involved. And then I think if you just do general studies and you don't have some like really intense bits of this and some really intense bits of that, then you're just going to stagnate and you're not going to get much better. I'm trying to think if I can. I'm not very good at collecting my thoughts on the go. What's an apt comparison? What's a comparative skill? Probably music. I mean, that's my only other point of reference. I play quite a few instruments, and maybe we can. So a single skill would be like practicing scales. Yeah, you're gonna get burned out. Subject matter would be you're just learning loads of different songs, or like going from tab to tab and learning how to play different things. Like it's okay, but because you're not actually learning any of these important skills, which you kind of would while you're learning it. Maybe that gets boring. Like, maybe the way we can think about it is you're sort of stuck at a certain level learning all those different songs, and you can't go on to like the more difficult songs because you haven't done enough of this. And then if you just, every time you sit down to play the guitar, you just play the same things over and over again, like you're putting in hours, but you're not going to get any better at it. And so that would be the middle thing. Yeah, I think the balance is really, really important. And for me, so out of 100% studies, let's balance this up. I mean, I could literally look at the studies I've done and see which ones I've done. I'm probably studying single scale things 30% of the time. I'm probably studying specific subject matters a lot less, to be honest. I do it if I have a specific project, like if I'm specifically doing a project on whales, okay, I'll go and study whales, but generally it's not like I wake up and have a specific subject matter in mind that I want to learn, so that's probably much less, which means this is like 55%. I think the maths adds up there. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I do need to go through and make YouTube shorts of things, because why not? I already have the stuff here. I've got over 24 hours of critique streams that I should go through and just cut up into YouTube shorts. But then for me it's almost like look, here we are. That's 0%. When I think about YouTube shorts, maybe it's a framing problem. Or when I think about YouTube generally, it's not so bad when I'm doing a stream like this because it's like I'm already drawing. So it's not time away from drawing. I just press the go live button and then I continue to do what I was already doing in the first place. But something like YouTube Shorts or making those separate videos, I'm pitting it against doing single skill studying, just studying for mileage or studying subject matter, and it loses that fight every time. If I sit down and I go, should I clip things into YouTube Shorts or should I do a study? I'm gonna do a study. I hope that makes sense. Whenever I have a spare minute and I'm making a decision about whether I should paint or make a video about painting, I'm just gonna paint because that's more useful. Well, it's probably not more useful. It's probably more beneficial career-wise to make YouTube Shorts, but it's not engaging. I just feel my brain turning to mush. I wish I could pay an editor, but I don't know how much that would cost, and it seems silly to pay someone else to do something I could do on my own. As I'm streaming, I think on Twitch people can clip it for you, like an audience can clip it. As far as I'm aware, there's not a way for me to clip it while I'm streaming, not on YouTube. I think you can go back through streams and, like, if you're on the YouTube app, you can press a button and clip it into shorts. Yeah, something like that. But the other problem with my rambles, Ratcliffe, is they tend to take a lot longer than 5 minutes. Like, even the critique streams, I don't think I'm all that concise with my feedback sometimes, and so if I want to clip it into shorts, it's going to take a lot more editing than just, like, cutting out a clip and uploading it immediately as a short. I'd need to jump cut through a load of rambling and silence and whatever else. You're saying your balance is all messed up. For years you had the mindset that all that matters is the single skill stuff, resulting in you not having any experience in applying it to make appealing art. Hello, Barry Leo. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think any one of these, you do too much of it, it's gonna hurt you. We don't want to do that. You want to be relatively free. I love this. I love drawing. Yeah, maybe we also do a draw through. Nvidia streaming has a way to do it. Yeah, maybe. I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and allocate myself a specific time of day where I sit down and I go through footage and edit it together, and suffer and hope that suffering brings about some kind of success, or I don't know if there's a way around it, and I'm not too bothered about, like, I don't know. There are some things in this world. I used to have a video about it and I took it down because I think so many people didn't listen to the video. They just went what? But the title, and then started commenting angry things. But I used to have a video that just was called "Art Should Not Be Fun," and basically the whole idea of it is, yeah, obviously you should try and have fun where you can. That wasn't my issue. But it was saying that sometimes there are things or skills that you have to learn that are just fundamentally not entertaining. Maybe to some people they are, okay, but sometimes they're not. I mean, perspectives are kind of a good example. I find this stuff really fun. Like, I really enjoy sitting here and just playing around with 3D shapes and pushing and pulling them. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people could not care less about mirroring planes or constructing bodies in perspective with cubes and things. And unfortunately for them, it's something that is not entertaining, that they kind of, I guess you don't have to, you know, if it's not something that you want to learn. But if you do want to learn it, then you got to do it. And so if I gotta make YouTube shorts, then I gotta make YouTube shorts. Maybe that's just the way it is. Where's my... Oh, my brush is white for some reason. Huh? What's going on? Oh, if I put down white in this area... I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of make things enjoyable. You gotta make things as bearable as possible, but you know, I don't enjoy doing a lot of housework. I don't enjoy washing my dishes. I really not a big fan of cooking. Cleaning I do enjoy for some reason. But those are things that I need to do, otherwise I will live in squalor and filth. And so, oh well. I just find it difficult to frame. It feels like a lot of the time uploading to YouTube is like gambling. And I don't like gambling. I think it's I don't like investing my time into things that are not guaranteed to give me some kind of a result. And so, do I want to sit there and put a load of effort into YouTube shorts, and then for all I know, like 2 people are going to watch them, and I could have just studied and like gotten something a bit more definite out of my time, you know? Work's okay. I can't remember if I answered that. Start of term, very busy. Have I seen your latest drawing from imagination? I don't think I have. I don't know where I would see it. If it's on Instagram, I don't really browse Instagram all that much. I browse it a little bit. I browsed it today, I think, because I was on a train. I think train time is usually Instagram time. You know, can that curve a little bit? I'm not sure what this is. It's just a thing. Do you think we can... Ooh. Should we see? I'm thinking we curve all of this round. And really it's gonna have a negligible effect on everywhere other than those ends. But I wonder if that's, do you know what I mean? Does that make the whole thing look like it's curving? I guess with these cross contour lines it does. But can we do a similar thing here? Ooh, maybe. It's on the forum. No, I don't check forums that I'm not that aren't on a module that I'm teaching on. I've got like a billion million students on my forums, so it's tricky. Feel free to just send me something directly if you want me to see it. If you can hear anything in the background, it's my fiance. She's writing music and whispering it to herself. I don't think she can hear me because I've got headphones on, or she's got headphones on. Maybe we... Yeah... Like it's padded or something. And then I almost feel like there should be an egg or something inside, and then we can actually carry it on. What is the egg? Maybe it's just an egg. This is like a... That's a temperature control panel. There's an LED screen, and then there's a, look at this, it's like a slider that's on. It's actually got, it's more 3D than that. It's got a side plane, and it's got a hinge, and it's on rails. That's to control the heat on the incubator. It needs a lip. Up here. And that lip needs a reasonably large shadow. On this side it's going to have a switch, which is going to have an off and an on button, and on this side it's going to have some kind of electricity output. That's cool. Isn't that cool? Our egg is going to have a bit more 3D. I don't know. What is it? Hello, Irene. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Maybe it's a really shiny egg. What have we drawn? Some faces, some eggs, some machines that contain eggs. Nah, maybe I don't really like this. That side of it. It's got to have some kind of like secondary outlet for coolant or something. That's what a cube can become when given the chance. This lip should come round. Thank you, Irene. Thank you. We're doodling. We are doodling. We're getting there. You know, what could this box be? What could it be? We can turn it into anything we please. It could be anything. A whole world of ideas awaits us. These are nice drawings. I like the one on the right, especially. Nice forms. I like that forearm's quite nice. The legs bending back into the feet. That's cool. A hot dog. A hot dog. Okay. So, a hot dog is gonna do something like this. We can be a little bit smoother in our lines, can't we? There's the dog. There it is. Are hot dogs American? Hot dogs have got to be American invented. I guess Germans like hot dogs as well. You know what? I guess it's got to have. It's got to have mustard. It's got to have. Is the bun too big for the dog? Is he getting lost in there? I mean, that's what my hot dogs tend to look like, but I think what we're forgetting is this idea that the bun was originally one and it's been chopped in half to fit the dog inside, so it's kind of flaking. But we can't just serve the hot dog on its own. It's gotta have like a. In fact, we'll get rid of this makeshift plate. One of those like soda cups. So in the background, it's gonna have a big S on. S for soda. Or Subway. The economy, yeah, it's inflation. It's hot dog inflation. You gotta be careful, guys. You're not getting the most bang for your buck nowadays. It's the economy isn't great for hot dogs. We're running low. Never go there. He's talking about hot dogs like he's got one in this hand. It's about to tuck in. It's the hot dog stall, man. You know, has he got like a... I'm imagining that he's got like a... like a hat on. Like he works at a hot dog stall. That works. No, this is a perfectly curvy hot dog. Stop shaming this hot dog, you monsters. There's nothing wrong with it. I quite like having fried onion on my hot dogs. You know, and sometimes a rogue piece of onion goes on the bun. Could it be that the hot dog is actually like way too long for the hot dog bun? It should start collapsing sooner, I think. Look, what it lacks in girth, it makes up for in length. What?
Beg your pardon?
Beg your pardon, I'm drawing a hot dog?
Okay.
It's a hot dog?
Yeah, yeah, it's nice.
It.
Yeah.
People were criticising it for not having enough girth, so I made it longer.
I mean, is that how you make a hot dog one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bread's expensive,
Yeah.
so we're just making the dog longer.
I mean, it works.
It could be infinitely long. It could like coil around the bun. Oh my god, it's like an inverse hot dog. Listen, on the Morokai art streams, we're revolutionary. We're inventing new ideas. Hot dogs. Now we want dog hots. That's what we're up to. Yeah, fried onion on a hot dog. Of course, you get your ketchup and your fried onion. Although I don't really like ketchup on hot dogs. I like barbecue sauce. I like a bit of barbecue sauce on my hot dog. And like the drink is always gonna have a little bit of like condensation coming off it. This isn't too far. This is... No. You've gone too far. This is perfect. It should like fork into like a little grabby hand. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, are you really having fun if you're not drawing eldritch hot dogs? I don't think so. I don't think you are. The mystery box should have stayed as a mystery. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is why, like, the hot dog stall guy is telling you. He was giving you a warning. Never go there. Don't go to Sam's Dogs. Because you get served like a Men in Black hot dog. That, you know, for all we know, has a... I was actually thinking that it could be like a... like a gun, but maybe it's just a grabbing hand. We leave it where it is. The other end's pretty normal. The question is, when you're consuming this hot dog, do you eat it hand first, or do you eat it regular hot dog first? Because, I mean, if you get the hand over with, then it's just a regular hot dog. But if you eat it from this direction, you get to enjoy a nice hot dog. But then you're going to just have like a writhing hand that's no longer attached to the rest of the dog that you've got to gobble down, you know. He's trying to crawl off. Yeah, I can imagine that the hot dog sort of wriggles about like a worm, you know. Can we draw the old hand hot dog from multiple angles? I'm sure we can. I think I've lifted this up too much. Five mini dogs. Oh, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea. You get to the end of the hot dog, and if you manage to consume enough of it, where are my dots? Is it just me, or are they just not? We've gone past the point of no return. If you manage to consume it, yeah, there we go. Then you get 5 little mini dogs at the end. I think that's amazing. That's an amazing idea. Forget fantasy nights and things. I should make an ArtStation project that's just like weird food items that's sold by like a fake fast food company, and then I can like do all the marketing and logo design and like posters and stuff for this fast food company. Fantasy cuisine world building niche. Yeah, this is like the next episode of Dungeon Mesh. They're gonna make hand ghoul hot dogs. I don't know what they're made of, I really don't. This is what happens. You get serious me, and then you get something that isn't serious at all. Sometimes I realize how wibbly wobbly my lines are. Oh, we're trailing off. But the question is if this is one part of the cheese wheel, then the rest of it. Ugh. Is over here. Tall cheese wheel. Oh, of course. Extruded pizza. Oh god. Yeah, can you imagine? Here's our pizza. It's got its crust. It's got pepperoni. It's got a bit of thickness to it. Oh. But it's just infinitely thick. And what's in here? Like, is it all just dough, or is it like layers of like cheese and stuff? For the extruded pizza, how does that work? What's in it? That's for us to find out. I think something I really want to practice is intersecting cubes. Like, it's not a particularly interesting angle, but like this. Let's do another one here. That's going to go down and then out again. Like that. Yeah, yeah. See, we're capable. We're capable. We can do it. Just figure it out bit by bit. Chicago deep dish pizza kind of is. Hopefully not that thick. Yeah, the Chicago deep dish is probably like... It's that first layer, isn't it? It's like a pie. And it is very nice. I do like a Chicago Town deep dish pizza. That's okay. I mean, maybe we should have done it before we intersected the other ones. Because that's going to change how they intersect in a pretty radical way. Let's just draw these edges on initially. So, what's the first thing that's going to happen? Well, that's going to go back. This is going to go down. This is going to go further. Well, actually, no, it might still go back that way. This one is going to go... is it going to do the inverse? Like... in that side... something like that? Like it'll do the inverse curve to the curve that it's on? Maybe. Maybe. Boing. Boing. Yoop. Get rid of that. Sure. That's... oh. Kevin MacLeod. Go back to elf meditation. Sorry, I got distracted. So we can make an extra plane here, just to figure out where the center is. Then once we figured out where the center is, we can do it again. Somewhere there. Oh, that's cutting it close. Then how does that affect this? Is that going to do that? And then that. Yeah. God, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. You enjoy, Irene. You enjoy. That's. This is taking up too much space. Destroy it. Destroy. No, we'll keep him. He's okay. Oh, I might have to go soon. There. There's got to be a thumb. The thumb's gonna poke out here. Then there's like skin. That skin's gonna do all sorts. This thumb is gonna be chunkier. Bam. Okay, I've got to go. So, recap. What have we done? Cubes. Little treasure chest that's got nothing but an old sword in. Skulls. We're thinking about skulls for a bit. The office chairs. People flying with jetpacks. People amazed that they're flying with jetpacks. An old man warning you not to go to Simon's hot dog shop, because in Simon's hot dog shop there are hand dogs. Oh, we did like an egg incubator thing, and then talking about studying. This is he's not happy. He's thinking. Yeah. Why do I even bother? What's the point? I like him. He's gonna become a painting, I'm sure. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'm tired. I think I'll do a stream in the morning. I think it will be much more focused and less rambly. We'll do some paintings in the morning. So 6 AM UK time. We'll just do a couple of paintings and then I'll have to get to work. Enjoy, gamers. Enjoy